Now, one of my favorite things about dividend investing is monthly paying dividend stocks and ETFs for that matter. And I've even went so far to try to argue that monthly paying stocks or ETFs, even if they pay the same exact yield and the same exact amount as quarterly, are better than that of stocks and ETFs that make you wait every 90 days to get paid. Now, this is because for one, who doesn't want to get more income in their cash balance faster to be able to buy more stocks and ETFs consistently? But on top of that, stocks and ETFs that pay monthly are just flat out more fun and gives you something to look forward to in this boring, strenuous, long-term game that we call investing. But in this video, I'm going to go through three of the best of all time dividend paying stocks across the entire market. And honestly, these three monthly payers are the best across all others in my opinion. I'm going to share with you what every single one of these stocks have to offer, their performance long term, and how good of investments they've really been over the long term. So if you want to see my three favorites and maybe the three best monthly paying dividend stocks, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right to the first one. Real quick for those that haven't already, make sure to go to the first link in my description and grab my new dividend investing ebook where I share exactly how I went from $0 invested to now earning over $6,000 on a monthly basis and over $1 million invested in the market. Along with the ebook, you're also going to receive my custom dividend tracker where you can track your dividend progress on an ongoing basis and reach your dividend investing goals. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. So the first monthly paying dividend stock, this one is sort of an underrated one. You've probably heard about it if you're watching this video because you're a dividend investor, I'm guessing, but Main Street Capital Corporation, this is a monthly payer that is extremely powerful. It says right here on Main Street Capital's website, a true financial partner, Main Street Capital, based in Houston, Texas, has helped over 200 private companies grow or transition by providing flexible private equity and debt capital solutions. Privately held businesses turn to us because we are Main Street, not Wall Street. We build relationships and tailor transactions to meet the unique needs of our portfolio companies and their owners. So Main Street Capital is more or less a business development company, and as you can see right here, they have a ton of companies within their portfolio. So by buying into Main Street Capital, you sort of are getting exposure to a lot of different companies because of course they help them with funding and flexible funding at that. Now, as far as Main Street Capital's performance goes, I started buying Main Street Capital back in 2019, I want to say, when this stock was very cheap. It was lucky to see this stock in the 30s at one point. Right now, it's trading around $50 per share. It's up around 234% in the max time frame, and that's not including dividends or special dividends, which Main Street Capital pays both. Now, on the 1 year time remains up around 23%. Year to date, it's up 15%. Either way, basically, no matter how far back you want to look, other than 2020, Main Street Capital has been trading up and to the right and been paying investors 6, 7, 8, 9% yield along the way. Now, as far as dividends go, Main Street Capital is offering around an 8.16% dividend yield. And this is, of course, due to the fact that, like I said, Main Street Capital has been paying dividends every single month. And as you can see right here, those darker lines, those are special dividends. So basically, as a Main Street Capital shareholder, me personally, I'm talking about, I've been getting paid dividends every month, but also they've been slapping on top of that special dividends, which are basically paying me dividends on top of my dividends, which I'm not complaining about. Now, Main Street Capital's dividend growth is a little bit slower, but it's yielding around 6, 7, 8% as of right now, which is not bad whatsoever. And if we were to zoom out to 2007, Main Street Capital has offered an average annual total return of around 16.93% or a total return of 1,300+%. Main Street Capital's dividend payer, it pays a dividend monthly, and honestly, I would almost stack up Main Street Capital across almost any other stock or ETF in the market. This one has done amazing long term, which is why Main Street Capital is my #1 favorite dividend paying stock that pays monthly. Another one of my favorite dividend paying stocks that also pay monthly. This is one of my largest holdings across my entire portfolio combined. Realty Income, the monthly paying dividend company. And as a lot of you guys might know, Realty Income is a REIT that has over 15,450 properties in all 50 states, the UK, and 6 countries in Europe. They also say that they're known as the monthly dividend company and have a mission to deliver stockholders dependable monthly dividends that grow over time. Since our founding, we've declared 651 consecutive monthly dividends and are a member of the S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrat Index. They've also, on top of that, increased their dividends 30 years consecutively. So if you like real estate, if you like dividend income, and if you want to get paid more and more dividend income potentially, then Realty Income is without a doubt one to look into. Now, we don't necessarily have to do an entire breakdown on Realty Income, the REIT's holdings, the client diversification, etc. And I've done this a lot of times on my channel before, so definitely sift through my channel if you want to learn a little bit more about Realty Income and everything that it has to offer. But for the most part, Realty Income is one of the largest, if not the largest, real estate investment trusts in the entire world. This is sort of the gold standard, in my opinion, when it comes to real estate. And by buying into Realty Income, you're getting exposure to things like Dollar General, things like 7-Eleven, things like FedEx, Wynn Resorts. You're getting diversification in things like gaming, retail, industrial, and even other. On top of that, Realty Income's portfolio occupancy has basically almost always been around 100% more or less, with a few slight dips over time. This real estate investment trust, like I said, is sort of the gold standard and one I always point investors in to look into if of course they want exposure to real estate. Now I get it, not everyone is interested in real estate, maybe it's not your thing, and a lot of people ask me why I own so much Realty Income. As of filming this video, I think I have around 2,700 or so shares, which once again to me is quite a bit compared to the rest of my portfolio at least. And this is simply because I like high quality real estate. I wish to own high quality real estate like this someday, but as of right now, there's absolutely no way that I can invest into things like FedEx, things like Tractor Supply or Wynn Resorts without having the help of Realty Income, which has been amazing. Now, even though Realty Income has had a rough last few years, it's basically been trading sideways or even down, it's back on the up and up, and I think Realty Income will hit a new all-time high within the next 24 months. Now, even if I'm wrong about that, Realty Income is still fine in my portfolio. I'm getting paid anywhere from around 5, 6, 7% as far as dividends go, but also I sell cover calls, but that's for a whole different video. But Realty Income without dividends is up around 604%, on the year-to-date time frame up around 7, and on the 1 year up around 14.55%. So over time, if you zoom up far enough, Realty Income has always performed pretty well, up and to the right, but also has been paying dividends and more in dividends long term. We're talking 5.21% forward yield with substantial dividend growth historically. And honestly, even since I started buying Realty Income, I think back in 2018, 2019, Realty Income for every single share that I own right now is paying me like 5 cents more per share per month, which doesn't sound like much, but times that by 2,700 shares, and again times that by 12, that's a sizable amount of money to earn as an increase per year. And that's of course for doing absolutely nothing but holding on. Not to mention, since around 1995, Realty Income is up around 13.63% on average per year, or a total return over this time frame of around 4,300 and some odd percent. Realty Income, if you bought it and reinvested the dividends along the way, you'd be sitting on a massive portfolio, of course, over the long term. Now, my last and final favorite monthly paying dividend stock, again, if we're talking about super high quality here, the best across the market, would have to be ticker symbol ADC or Agree Realty. Now, this is another REIT, so once again, I'm sorry to those of you that are not really interested in real estate, but when it comes to monthly dividend stocks, a lot of them do happen to be REITs. Now, Agree Realty is very similar to that of Realty Income. It owns and operates properties, leases them out, and does so with some of the top clients across the entire planet. We're talking 2,202 owned and operated properties, 49 states, 46 million square feet of grossable leasable area, and 68% investment grade. Now, like I said about Realty Income, this is not going to be a video to go super deep into ADC, Agree Realty, but as you can see right here, Walmart, the Home Depot, even Costco or things like McDonald's, Agree Realty has some of the top businesses leased inside of their properties across the US and beyond. Now, Agree Realty is up around 26% in the 1 year time frame, which I think is well deserved. And this is because of the fact that rates are and have been cut moving forward, which has given Agree Realty, along with all the REITs across the market, a nice boost. Now, I personally was buying Agree Realty in the 50s. I did not buy enough of it. I wish I would have bought a lot more. But as of right now, Agree Realty is basically trading back towards all-time highs. Not to mention over the max time frame, Agree Realty is up around 344% on the max. And that's not even including the 4 to 5 to 6% dividend yield, 4.05% forward as of right now, and that's because Agree Realty has moved up so much so fast as of filming this video. Now, Agree Realty does pay a dividend monthly, like I said, one of the best to do it, I think, around 23, 24, 25 cents as of recently, with a dividend that has been increasing consistently, but again, pretty slow, which is sort of the nature with a lot of REITs like this. But looking at Agree Realty's track record, we're talking 12 to 13% average of annual total return with dividends reinvested along the way, or around 7.4% without. And like I said, if we're talking quality monthly payers, Agree Realty would definitely have to be on my top list. So there we have it. Those are 3 different of my favorite monthly paying dividend stocks if you were to ask me to pick 3 across the entire market. Now, of course, there's other different monthly paying dividend stocks and ETFs that I own that I'm a huge fan of, but as far as individual stocks go, it would probably have to be Main Street Capital, Realty Income, and Agree Realty as far as quality and sustainability of dividends, etc. But now that we went through my favorite 3, I now want to hear some of your favorite monthly paying dividend stocks and ETFs for that matter down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.